Why have we taken it to be real? Just like you have taken up motherhood to be real. There is nothing called mother. There is nothing called father. There is only man or woman. Isn't it? But then in that imaginary motherhood, imaginary fatherhood, imaginary teacherhood, imaginary disciplehood, imaginary employeehood, imaginary loverhood, all those roles that we take, we identify with that and we start suffering, isn't it? But are they really existing? No. Only man or a woman is existing at that level. Similarly, out of ignorance, which is nothing, the body and the subtle gross body and the subtle body have come out. They are also, we already know, cause itself becomes the many effects. The rule is there, isn't it? Correct? Cause itself becomes the many effects. Gold itself becomes many ornaments. Mud itself becomes many pots. Water itself becomes many waves. Similarly, ignorance itself becomes these 24 elements and the gross body. Ignorance itself becomes. And that ignorance is equal to deep sleep state, is equal to nothingness, is equal to emptiness, is equal to not self. Now we are trying to, so that not self has become many. Now we are not giving it the name not self, but instead we are calling it space, air, fire, water, earth, seeing, hearing, touching, feeling, tasting, speech, hands, legs, anus and genitals, mind, intellect, memory and ego, prana, apan, vyan, udan, saman, all very fancy words we are given. Because we have given them names does not mean that they exist. Because we have given a name son, because we have given a name father, does not mean there is something called father. Only man exists, isn't it? Think, this is called contemplation. See what is happening right now. The carpet is being pulled from under your feet. Can't hold on to anything. Then what am I living life for? There's no purpose. No, there is no purpose. This is the beauty of knowledge. At this very moment, if you are with me, you are with yourself right now. You are with yourself right now. You don't have to do anything else. If you can understand what I am saying, understanding the mind is doing, and in that understanding, non-understanding is also getting dissolved. And you are watching that there is understanding also, you are the witness. You are through understanding, you are understanding that everything is non-understanding. That means a product of ignorance. And I am observing that. I cannot pinpoint, I cannot touch something, but I am witnessing it right now as I am listening or as I am speaking. The sage purifies himself the way we have just done. Not through water and soil. Therefore, the state of real purity is the realization of the self. This awareness is part of an aspirant sadhana, while it is the natural state for a man of wisdom. So till we have not realized, now this type of contemplation you have to do on a daily basis. When? Early in the morning. No, but what does it mean? Then I don't go to a toilet or what? No, you do. When you go to toilet, you clean. When you have to go to the loo, you clean your hands with water. When you eat food, you rinse your... Here in Australia, the rule is not there. That after food, do you rinse your mouth? Do you?
Yes.
Some of you do. Middle Eastern and Asian countries, we do. Even if I touch bread, immediately after that I have to wash my hands. It's not a compulsive behavior, but it is question of hygiene. If I have done gardening, I have to wash my hands afterwards. If I clean the floor, I have to wash my hands afterwards. No, sandwich is not dirty. I just ate the sandwich. No, I have to rinse my mouth afterwards. Whether it be a sandwich, whether it be a coffee, whether it be a tea, I have to rinse my mouth afterwards. It's just a habit that since childhood our parents inculcated within us. In turn, their parents inculcated it within them. But it's a healthy habit. Always do it so this is while you are a seeker, and when it comes to when a person comes to a state of realization, it's not that he stops doing those practices, he continues, but the understanding for the mind is totally different. Now the next point, the third practice. So first was Pratasmaranam, what to remember in the morning. We said Gayatri Mantra and all that. The second point was Shaucham, that is the cleanliness. Immediately the first thing that you should do, the moment you get up in the bed, you remember sit in meditation for some time. Then what happens? The moment you get up, this step, what you call the Pratasmaranam, in today's time it is little bit different. You can go to the toilet and take the shower, and then you do Pratasmaranam, so that you feel clean. But a person who's getting up in the morning at 3-4 o'clock, he says no, that is the best time. So he spends that time in meditation, and then afterwards he comes out of meditation and then continues doing, going to the toilet and taking shower and brushing the teeth. All that happens afterwards. Now the next one is Snanam, bathing. So after toilet, what do? Do you bathe? Manmanomina vannityam क्रीडत्यानन्दवारिधौ सुस्नातस्तेन पूतात्मा सम्यग् विज्ञानवारिणा मन्मनोमीनवन्नित्यं क्रीडत्यानन्दवारिधौ सुस्नातस्तेन पूतात्मा सम्यग् विज्ञानवारिणा